How goes it, folks? So, um, I want to do this video. I'm not sure exactly what to call it, but I will figure out a title. But basically, whoever you are, I hope you watch this. I don't care who you are. Somebody needs to hear this, and if I can help one person, I'll be happy. So, I want to just give some advice here and tell a little bit of some struggles I'm going through. You'll understand. So, I've been working this job, okay? I have a couple jobs, but my full-time job is third shift, and I don't like third shift, but I picked it because it's got better pay, and this job that I have has great benefits, um, pays really well, all this stuff. But I have a wife and I have a kid. My wife is a stay-at-home mom, so I am what you would call the breadwinner. My son, obviously, he's only like 14 months. So I have to make all the money, make sure everybody has health insurance, blah, blah, blah. So I have that. I also do another job a couple days a week, and I cut hair on the side here for a few people here and there and do these odd jobs and whatever. So I'm making good money. I was able to save up a good amount. The only debt that I have is my car. I got my car very easily from this old man, bless his heart. He sold it to me for $3,000 less than what it was worth. My bank qualified me for a very good loan, but I didn't take it because I didn't want to go into that much debt. So literally about a third of what they qualified me for, or whatever, a third to a half or something, is what I took. And it was a really good choice, and I love my vehicle. It's probably the favorite one I've ever had, my most favorite. So anyway, telling you this. I've struggled a lot on and off for years, wondering what I want to do with my life, wondering what kind of career I want, how I'm going to make money, how much money I can make, blah, blah, blah. And I've been in and out of a couple different kinds of jobs. Not one of them do I love doing, but I do them to get money. And over the past 5 or 6 months, I've really came to realize something, and I'm trying to help somebody else understand where I'm coming from. And if this could motivate you, I really hope it does. But just check this out, okay? So I've been doing all this work, third shift and all this other work, and sleeping during the day, and my wife and kid have been stuck home, and she doesn't drive. I'm the only one that drives, so I have to go get groceries. I pay all the bills. I have to, run errands, do the laundry, because this is an apartment and the laundry is way up the hill, and I don't want my wife to leave my son alone in the apartment to go all the way up there. So I just do it. So there's a lot on my plate, and I am not happy. And the little bit of time I do have off, I'd like to relax and hang out with them, but I'm always stuck somehow doing something, and I only get a little bit of time to hang out with them. And lately I've been just really stressed at work, sitting there all night. And I'm used to manual labor, like running around doing lawns, painting, cleaning, just yard work, hard work, and moving people. I did that for years, like unloading boxes and furniture and whatever, blah blah blah. That's what I'm used to doing. So when I'm sitting here stuck at this manufacturing job, sitting in a chair most of the night, even though it comes with great pay and outstanding benefits that I got instantly, and I pay very little, everybody's covered, and there's barely any out of pocket, and dental and vision is 100% free. Sounds great, right? Yeah. But the con is I'm spending a whole bunch of my time on a very different schedule than most people, doing something that I do not like doing. Now you might say, well, most of the world has to do that. We all have to. Obviously, we don't want to go to work, but we have to get money. First of all, shut up. And I'm trying to say that in the nicest way possible. I'm tired of hearing this negative crap, man. I'm just tired of it. Like, and you should be too. Nobody wants to spend all this time going to work and they only get a little bit of free time a week to try to spend their money or to pay off their debt doing, and you only get a little bit of free time. See what I'm saying? Free time's not, it's important. It is important to rest. I'm a Christian. I'm not the best one, but and ever since I started this job, I haven't been able to go to church because I'm sleeping, because I work throughout the night and sleep during the day, and it sucks. And even if I were to sleep during the night and work during the day, it still sucks. It's either way you look at it, it doesn't matter. I'm doing things that I don't love doing. And I've came to realize the past 5 or 6 months while doing all this, I've made plenty of money before, but like this is probably the best paying one. Plus I have other work, so I've been able to save, and I've really been working hard the past 5 or 6 months. I've realized that money that I see stacking up in my bank account, it's nice, but at some point I'm going to try to get a house. And right now, I qualify for a loan, but not as big as a one as I'd want, for as nice as a house as I'd want. And I'm not talking like $500,000 house or $1 million house, nothing like that. But just a decent, solid house. And instead, I'm stuck paying rent at some place. My neighbors are noisy sometimes, smoking weed. I can smell it through my freaking apartment when I walk in the house. And, because the next door neighbor, they just be smoking weed all the time inside, and it comes through, and it sucks. And I'm paying this much money. I could be putting that money towards a mortgage. You can get a decent mortgage and pay less in rent than what I pay. And we have a 3-bedroom. So it's like, yeah, it's difficult. So anyway, when my wife and I had our son, I wasn't financially ready. Nobody usually is, but like some people are. And if you think that it's not possible to be financially ready, well, you're stupid, because I could have been. If I would have had the mind state years ago that I had now, I'd be rich, I'd be happy. And being rich doesn't mean everything. And what would I know? Because I'm not rich, but I'm just saying. Making all this money was nice at first, but now I'm like done with it. And it's like people are saying, "Well, Scott, you have great benefits, though. You got to have those benefits. You'd be tossing up a good opportunity here." What opportunity? Spending how much time in my life doing something I don't love on an opposite schedule as most of the world is right now. See what I'm saying? I hate it. It's like I want to be able to wake up and be happy about my day and be looking forward to doing something productive that makes me money, and I don't have to worry or stress. And like, I hate going back to work. Every time I get my 2 days off, I go back in and it just sucks. Last night, I literally was so close to just getting up and walking out and saying, screw this. I didn't, because I'm still trying to figure some things out, but I'm very close to walking out of this place. And I'm tired of negativity coming my way. People say, well, you got to do this, you got to do that. You know what? It's a trap. And this is why I made this video. I want to alert you guys of this trap that the world puts you in. The world has plenty opportunity for jobs. And if you think you can't get one, well, I think that's stupid, because there's plenty of places hiring people that used to be like they're ex-cons, that they never graduated high school. They used to be a drug abuser, an alcoholic, whatever. You can work at McDonald's with no job experience. You can work at, Burger King or Wendy's, and I'm not crapping on them. I'm just saying that's an entry-level job. You can easily get that. Well, I don't want to be seen working at McDonald's. Stop complaining then. Like I was just saying, everybody's like, well, you got to do what you got to work to get money, right? So stop complaining. Now, me, it has nothing to do with pride. I don't brag about any job that I have. The only time, at first I was really happy and told a couple of people, oh, you're making good money, great benefits, blah, blah, blah. But now it's like 5 months in, that's it, of doing this all the time. In the first couple months, it was 6 days, like 6 nights a week, which was giving me a lot of money, but it's just not worth it. Now I'm just about burnt out, and I'm like, I would rather make a little bit less money or whatever doing something that I love doing and that I'm happy doing and that's productive in the world than doing this. The owners of all these jobs that are out there, they make the most money. And they pay other people to do the work, but because they own the place, they get to make whatever they want to make. And see, not everybody can own, every single person on this earth own a place, whatever. Because, and then that would never happen anyway, because you can't own, like, unless you're born into billions and your parents are nice enough to buy you a place that you can own and just call it yours, you wouldn't appreciate it, so it'd probably go down. But like, unless you had somebody looking after you with a good business and work ethic. But anyway, it's not possible, because there's always kids growing up. They hit 14, 15, they start working. There's always a job for somebody. Some people aren't cut out to be owners or leaders, so not everybody could anyway. But if you put your mind to it and everybody got the money to, a lot of people could be. There's people doing stuff that they love all the time. And the majority of the people on this earth do stuff that they don't like doing because the world and people around them, their school, their parents even, and their loved ones tell them, oh, well, there's no money in that, I wouldn't do it. People say that about artwork. There's no money in art. If you do it right, there's a lot of money in artwork. Nowadays, you can do anybody can do almost any artwork and sell it on Amazon and Etsy and stuff like that. If you're a cook, you know how many people, there's some people I know that love cooking, and they practice it and do it so much, they got so good at it, and they're great cooks. They might just be stressed out from work because they work in a spot that doesn't treat them right, but they still love cooking. Well, work on getting your own restaurant. Go to school, get a business associate's degree, whatever you need, whatever state you're in, and go and get a loan and buy your own restaurant and pay the money back and do what you love doing on your time. Make the food that you want to make. See what I'm saying? I know, easier said than done. Yeah, well, you know what? If it takes you, let's say you want to be a doctor, and it takes you 4 years in college and 4 years or 8 years in medical school, or however long it takes, I don't know. You have to have a degree to be a doctor or a surgeon or a dentist. So if you want to do that, you want to be you want to work in the dentistry field, or there's different kinds of doctors, there's like urologists, gynecologists, and people that work in the radiation cancer area, all that stuff. So whatever you want to do, if that's what you really, really want to do, you're going to have to work for it. If whatever you want to do, like being a barber, a cosmetologist, a doctor, a lawyer, a dentist, or whatever the case, if you have to go to school for it, then find a way to go to school for it. It's that simple. Well, I can't. You know what? If you keep saying you can't, the Bible says something like, I think it's in Proverbs or something. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Like, whatever you think you are, you are. There's people that say like, oh, if you say you can, then you can. If you say you can't, then you can't. Like, stuff like that. Whatever you say and believe is what happens. Every single person that's successful on this planet put in work. Every single person that owns almost every house in your neighborhood in real estate put in a lot of work to get there. Had to build their credit up to get their first loan for that house or something, or earn the money to save up to buy their first rental property. All that stuff. Cops, they have to go to either be in the military for a certain amount of years or go to criminal justice in college for a certain amount of years and blah, blah, blah. Then they have to go to the academy or whatever and do the training, have physicals and stuff. It takes time to do everything. So if you're going to sit here and say, oh, well, I want to have my dream job right now, and the only way I can do that is to go to college, or the only way I can do that is to get a good word out or build my credit up, because there's a lot of things that you can do that you don't need college for, like acting, music, music and acting. It helps if you go to school and take those kinds of classes. But anyway, there's a lot of things out there that, like cooking and whatever. Some people do go to school for cooking, but there's people that don't. There's people that never went to college and became an actor or a comedian or a musician or owning a lawn landscaping business or a cleaning company. I own a moving business. My uncle, two of my uncles own a cleaning company. They never went to college. See what I'm saying? It's like you can, anybody can do whatever they want to do. It's just like, do you really, really want to do it? Because if you love doing it and you really, really want to do it, then you're going to put as much effort in as you can to becoming one of the best that's ever done that certain niche or whatever you call it. See what I'm saying? There's a couple things that I want to do, and there's a couple things that I'm really good at. And I want to focus on those things. So I've came to realize this, though. The world, the government, your job, whatever, it all puts you enslaves you in this safety bubble mindset. Like if you got where I'm coming from, or get where I'm coming from. The world will pay you just enough for minimum wage, or even a little bit above minimum wage. Just enough to get by if you have very minimal costs. Like you don't have car payments, you should save up and buy it outright. If your insurance doesn't cost too much, if you decide to live in a very small, kind of crappy place on the outskirts of where you live that's cheap, you have to give up a lot of things. And then it's like, okay, then you're able to save that extra money. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't want to do that because the world is filled with all these distractions and these shiny, flashy things that everyone talks about and everybody needs to have. Everybody needs to have a brand new $40,000 or $50,000 car. Everybody has to have $1 million house. Everybody has to have the brand new iPhone that costs like, what, $1,200 or something. You got to have camera. You got to have the nicest designer clothes and the new Nikes, the new Jordans. No, you don't. See what I'm saying? It's not a matter about being cheap. It's like, see this Adidas hat? This was a gift. See what I'm saying? It's like one of the very few name brand things I have. I bought this camera because I want to do YouTube videos. Because I want to do something on YouTube to help people. And this is one thing I like doing. See what I'm saying? There's a couple other things that I like doing. And right now I'm working on them. I just talked to my boss earlier. See what I'm saying? About making money doing that. Working outside. Having my own schedule. Not really my boss, just a guy that has some work for me, but whatever. It's like there's a lot of things that anybody can do when you put your mind to it and you're really good at it. And I figured out I have quite a few talents. My God-given talents that God gave to me. See what I'm saying? In the Bible, you might not believe in God. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm just saying, I don't judge you, I understand, but everybody, it doesn't matter if you believe in him or not. Everybody was born with something for some reason. Everybody. Doesn't matter if you're handicapped. They have purposes too. And if you're born with some, like blind or deaf, God didn't make you to be blind or deaf. But, he can heal you from that. I've seen it. I've heard and seen these things happen. People praying over people. That's another subject. Anyway, there's always a purpose for somebody in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't matter what people say. If people say there's no money in it, or, well, that's stupid, or you have a kid to support, or you have a wife to support, or whatever. I don't care what you're saying. First of all, I'm not going to let my son and my wife go hungry and not have a place to live. I'd never let that happen. See what I'm saying? I'll sell the last thing that I have if I had to. And thank God I'm blessed enough to have a car, to have a roof over my head with 3 bedrooms, to have plenty of food in my cupboards and my fridge, and to have plenty of clothes. I have a nice computer over here. I have this setup here. I got this podcasting mic, this ring light for doing videos and whatever. I have a bunch of stuff. See what I'm saying? And none of it even matters. The things that I appreciate the most, that I love the most, are things that I can use for things that I want to do. Like right now, I don't need this mic, by the way. I'm using the microphone attached to the camera. Oh, that helps free up some light in my face. There we go. So anyway, it doesn't matter what you want to do, but you should just get out there and do it, whoever you are. Like, that's what I'm working on right now. Screw what people say. I do not care anymore what people say or think. Think what you want. I don't care. I'm going to do something I love doing. People, there's some people that try to talk me out of quitting my job recently, and there's some people that are totally with me. Hey man, do what you need to do, I'm going to listen to those people. Now, there's nothing wrong with taking wise counsel. If you have a lot of bills and you barely have any money, you probably shouldn't quit your job right now. Okay? But while you're at your job, think of ways to work towards what you want to do. Think of how much money you need to save. Think of how much credit you have to build and money you have to save to get a decent loan for one of those things. You see what I'm saying? Well, that's what I've been doing. Because at my job, you can just sit there, and I hate it. I hate just sitting there all day. But I can listen to my headset and like do my work. It drives me nuts though. But I can learn things, and I write down things and stuff on a notepad, like here and there. And that's what I've been doing for months, just trying to figure out what I want to do. And right now, I'm just about over the edge here, man. God gave us all a purpose to, and every time, whatever your purpose is or your gifts are, your talents, whatever you love doing, it always, always helps other people. That's what God made, okay? We're all supposed to be here for each other and work and sync with each other. Like, some people are meant to be carpenters, some are meant to be singers, some are meant to be comedians, doctors, lawyers, landscapers, masoners or masonry, whatever you call it, I don't know. Policemen, soldiers, judges, you know what I mean? Even some people are probably meant to be cashiers and whatever because they like talking to people. And, you know, I've seen that. You ever go into a place and somebody's just really good at their job and they talk to you really well. They're very good at presenting themselves. They look good. They smell good. They're just all there and they're happy. It's because they're doing what they love doing. And if you want to be something small that doesn't make a lot of money, who cares? Who cares what people think? Do what you love doing, because happiness, I'm telling you, happiness and freedom and just feeling purposeful is so much more valuable than dollars in your bank account. You know, money, yes, you have to have money. You'll have money. But screw what people say, man. Work with what you got. And whatever you're really good at doing and you love doing, put 110%, 150%, 200% into that all the time. And I'm telling you, you will grow. And the Bible says so many, I don't know all the verses, but there's like some things on that too. You know, whatever you put your mind towards, people say, you can do it. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You know, and in Proverbs it also says, you know, not to waste your time. You know, and not to eat with rich people that are greedy, just whatever. And I was just reading it, and it just hit me. It was like God put that there for me. I haven't opened up the Bible in months, and I opened it up, and that's what happened. Right there. Everything I'm going through was on one page. Proverbs 23. You know, and it said to be wise and know when to quit. And I was like, yeah, right now I want to quit and do something that I love and something that God designed me to do. I'm telling you, it's the most fulfilling thing. I don't know, because I'm not doing it 100%, but I already have a good idea, and I would much rather do that. So anyone that needs to hear that, man, don't give up, man. Don't listen to people, I'm telling you. It's negativity, it's the devil, and it's in slavery, man. They try to trap you. The world tries to trap you. And you could act like I'm crazy, whatever. Think about it. Your rent, your bills, your debt. You're enslaved. You're enslaved to people's opinions because you want to get that nice car, that nice new iPhone, because you want to fit in. You don't need it, man. Screw people and screw what they think. Do what you need to do. Do what you love doing. Fulfill your purpose in life.